Hi guys, my name is Megan and today I have my February wrap up for you. Okay, so for February being the shortest month, it has been by far the craziest month so far. So this month we got snowed in for a couple days and we've had all sorts of weird weather and actually got a lot of reading done. Just so you guys know, at the time that I'm filming this, I do have a really bad cold. So I'm gonna try to get through this as quickly as possible before I lose my voice. I got a few other videos to film today, so sorry if my voice is a little scratchy and ugh. So the first book that I read in February was Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. This book was really amazing and really like beautifully written and just a little bit heartbreaking, but also just so real. And this one, I would highly recommend this for anybody to read because it's one of the best LGBTQ romance kind of contemporary novels that I've ever read. It's just so amazing. This got a full 5 out of 5 stars from me. The next book that I read in February was Red Hood and the Outlaws Volume 1. So this is like the first, I don't know, 6 issues of the Red Hood and the Outlaws series. So this one features Roy and Corey, or also known as Arsenal and Starfire. I love the artistry that went into this. Like the illustrations are just gorgeous, and like the illustrations, you know, the comic panels in this are just absolutely beautiful. The artistry that went into this is just really amazing, and it's different from a lot of the other like Batman kind of illustrators. This one's a little more lush and a little more colorful and just like a little bit more sketch style. It's really beautiful. This one also features a lot of the like team bonding and the brotherhood that's kind of building up between Roy and Jason, and that's really like, I love them together and they are like 2 peas in a pod. This one also got a full 5 out of 5 stars for me. It's just, I'm really new to the whole like comic book scene and Batman in particular, but Jason is one of my favorite of the former Robins. He's just so real and I love his story, and this one got a full 5 out of 5 stars. I would highly recommend, if you guys are looking for Batman, maybe kind of check out Jason Todd, aka the Red Hood, because his storyline is really interesting. Okay, so the third book that I read in February was The Throne of Fire. This is the second book in the Kane Chronicles and I loved it to pieces. Carter and Sadie are some of my favorite characters in the like Riordan verse, or I guess the Percy Jackson universe. The reason I really loved this book in particular is that this one dealt with a lot more like darker issues. So there's mentions of mental health issues, incurable curses, there's a lot of self-doubts and trying to make the right decision even if nobody else really agrees with you. And you know, all of those topics, Riordan makes them like accessible to younger readers, which is really awesome. And there's a lot of other stuff going on, like background kind of stuff that you can pick up on, that it's really interesting. Let's see, so this one got 4 out of 5 stars for me. Also, this month my sister and I have been rewatching Disney movies from when we were kids, and not necessarily just Disney, but like DreamWorks movies too. And we ended up watching Prince of Egypt about the same time that I started reading this, and my sister somehow found like a metal cover of the entire soundtrack for Prince of Egypt, which is really awesome, and it was done by a guy here on YouTube. I will link the playlist with the music down below. If you guys are interested in metal, check it out. Or if you guys are interested in like, you know, like Disney music or that kind of stuff with like a rock kind of twist to it, check this out. It's really good. Seriously, I've been listening to that music for like 2 weeks straight now with like nothing else to break it up, and it's just so good and it's so interesting. So if you guys are interested, check it out down below. So the next book that I read, I ended up DNFing just because it was just so disappointing, and that was Autonomous. I really wanted to love this book and I couldn't get into it. So I DNF'd this one at page 33 just because I couldn't get into the characters, and the writing style just seemed so dry and rather abrupt and just kind of lackluster. There wasn't really much there. It just kind of felt, I don't even know how to put it. It's just weird. The concept is really great. It's like a science fiction pharmaceutical Robin Hood. Jack, the main character, she is like an anti-patent scientist, and she's trying to produce all of these drugs that the pharmaceutical companies are charging so much extra for, and like putting all of her drugs that she's recreated on the black market, selling them at a discounted price so people can actually, you know, get the vaccinations that they need or prescriptions that'll keep them alive, you know, that kind of thing. But there's also androids and robots that are running around that are indentured to the military until they can work their way out and then, you know, figure out who they are after that. And it's just, the concept was really interesting to me, but the execution was not there. This book got a 1 out of 5 stars. And then the book that I'm currently reading, and I'm hoping to finish it by the end of February, is Intensity. This is the last book, or the current last book in the Chronicles of Nick series, and I'm about 50 pages in and I already love it. And I mean, Nick is one of my favorite young adult characters. He's just so funny. He's very like self-aware of like him being like a stupid teenager about things, and very sarcastic, and he's very funny, but he's also very caring and kind and loving, even though he finds out, you know, that he's a demon overlord. Basically, he's just this like caring character, and he's so funny. And this book in particular has or manga panels in it as well, which is something that I really love about this book. None of the other books that I have from this series have that in them, and this one's just kind of a special addition to my Chronicles of Nick series. So I can tell I'm already in love with this, and I really shouldn't go on Tumblr looking at books that I'm just starting to read. I didn't spoil the book for myself, but people are like freaking out about this book, like the ending of it, because it just ends like not on a good note, I guess. But I'm not going to take that into any consideration until I've actually finished this book, because Nick is one of my favorite characters, and how could I ever not love the book? Plus, there's another new series starting after this one with other characters from this book, so that should be really interesting, at least to me. I think if I had to pick an absolute favorite book for the month, I think that would have to be Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe, just because it was so well written and just beautiful and just all around amazing. That one would have to be my absolute favorite book for the month. What did you guys read this month, and did you have a favorite book? Let me know down below. If you guys liked this video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. You can also hit the notification button. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, check out the links down below. Alrighty, bye guys!